What's going on, everybody? This is Tony, and I want to thank you for watching this video. Welcome to Comiverse. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe and ring the bell for future content. I hope you enjoy the video. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about 6 books that I have submitted to CBCS. So stick around. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 6 books that I sent to CBCS for submission and grading. They've been gone for about a year now, almost. I sent them off in February of 2021, and at the time, I didn't expedite them or use Express, and that is a lesson learned. I know from now on, whenever I send books off, I will pony up the dough and pay for the Express service because I don't want them to be gone that long again. And these 6 books are some pretty good books in my opinion, and I hope you like them. Now, I do want to point out that since I've already sent these books off, I'll be using stock photos in the video to show what books I'm talking about. And I hope you can forgive me for that. In the future, I will learn to just make a video before I send the books off, because, I mean, honestly, when I sent these books off, I was only kicking the idea of having a YouTube channel up around my head, and I hadn't really decided yet, so I didn't see no sense in filming it. But in the future, when I do videos, if I want to do a submission video, I'll do it before I send them off. The first book I'm going to talk about that I sent off for submission is Transformers #1 by Marvel Comics. Now, interesting side note, it was Bob Budiansky, who was, I believe, a writer at Marvel, that came up with all the names for the Generation 1 Transformers, except for Optimus Prime. I believe Jim Shooter did that. He came up with the names, the plot, Cybertron, the whole backstory of the Transformers. They did the 4-issue limited series that ended up turning into an 80-issue limited series. But Transformers #1 is the first appearance of the Autobots, the Decepticons, Cybertron, the whole Civil War, the whole shebang. And my particular copy, I got it in the I'll say mid to late 90s. And I really probably didn't take care of it as much as I should have. My buddy Greg, he did his best to clean the hell out of it. And realistically, I believe it probably will come back, the grade it comes back in, it'll probably be the lowest of all 6. I'm expecting it to come back at a 4.0, realistically. If it comes back higher, I'll be surprised. But yeah, my first submission is Transformers #1. So the second book that I sent off was Amazing Spider-Man number 361. It was a newsstand version. It is the first full appearance of Carnage, and it was part 1 of a 3-part Carnage storyline. And it was just like the Transformers issue. It had been well read, and I believe, honestly, the copy that I sent in after it was cleaned and pressed, at best, I think it may come back at a 6.0 or a 6.5, but we'll see. Book number 3 is from Image. We got Spawn number 9, and this was, of course, the first appearance of Angela. Now, which is a really good story. I love the story. But I honestly bought this one for the cover. That's one of my favorite Spawn covers of all time. Maybe not. It may not be the one of all time, but it's right up there. And honestly, I think this will probably come back at an 8.5 or a 9. It was, again, cleaned and pressed. And I've got high hopes for this one at the most. I'd say 9 at the most. So book number 4 is also from Image. And it's Spawn #1. I got this one for pretty cheap off of eBay. It was a near mint copy. My buddy Greg, when I sent it to him to have it cleaned and pressed, swears that before he even touched it, that it may come back at a 9.4, maybe a 9.6. Now that it's cleaned and pressed, I'm really anxious to see what this one comes back at. And like I said, this is the first appearance of Spawn and Wanda. And I'm not expecting, now don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting any 9.8s out of any of these books. Not realistically. But it'd be nice to have a small number 1 at a 9.8. I'll just be honest with you. But honestly, even further, the last book I'm going to talk about, if I was going to have one out of this whole group to be a 9.8, it's going to be the last book I talk about. Book number 5 in this submission was Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3, number 4, which is the first full appearance of Silk. And to be honest with you, I sent it off for that reason and the fact that I just love the cover. It's a cover A, and I just really enjoyed it. Realistically, I took very good care of this. I read it once, slapped it in a bag, and it pretty much did not come out of the bag until it was cleaned and pressed. And I bought this one off the rack the week it came out. So I'm really thinking this one may be a 9.4 or a 9.6, but we'll wait and see. And the last book that I sent off to CBCS to have submitted is Edge of Spider-Verse number 2. This is the first appearance of the Gwen Stacy Spider-Woman, or Ghost Spider, whatever you want to call her. I really have, if there was any of these books that was to come back at a 9.8, this is the one I want to come back. It'd be pretty cool. But like I said before, realistically, I'm not expecting any of these to come back at a 9.8. And to be honest, I think this one will be about 9.4 or 9.6. Even dropping as low as 9.2. But we'll wait and see. Like I said, all these grades that I think are spouting out, who knows? I'm still learning how to grade. I'm probably grading them too high. But that, that's cool. And anyway, those are the books I've chosen to send to CBCS at this time. If you're enjoying the content of this channel, please click like and subscribe. And don't forget to ring the bell for future notifications. And there you have it. Those are the 6 books I sent off to be submitted to CBCS for grading. And if you're watching this video, then that means that I've already got the email saying that the books have been shipped back to me. And hopefully within the next few days I'll get them and I'll be able to do an unboxing video. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to watch this video. And as always, keep on reading, and I'll see you next time.